Hello everyone, today I'm going to be updating my Switch CFW that is in version 19.0.1 to 20.1.1. So before we start, I will show you a quick look at my Nintendo Switch system version that is in 19.0.1. So we are going to update this to version 20.1.1, and my Hikari is running on version 6.2.2. And a matter of caution, please follow carefully, because if you made a mistake, it's on you guys. So let's start. So the first thing to do is download the necessary files in the internet and go to the given links to get the files. So I have provided the links in the description so you can check it out yourselves and get the files that you need. So let's go first to the HATS firmware and look for version 20.1.1. So here it is. So just go to the lower bottom and click download. Now after downloading the HATS file, let's now go to the Switch firmware update and let's look for the version 20.1.1. So just scroll down and look for the downloaded file that is in version 20.1.1. Now after downloading, extract the files by WinRAR or 7-zip on your computer. Now remove the SD card and connect it to the PC. Now next is copy the entire contents of HATS file to the root of the SD card. Now before moving the files to the Switch SD card, you must remove the following folders, namely Atmosphere folder, Bootloader folder, and the Config folder. Now after deleting, now you can move the HATS file to the SD card. If there is some notification asking to replace the files, just press OK. So next is copy the whole folder of the Switch firmware 20.1.1 in the Nintendo Switch SD card. Now after transferring all the needed files, we can now return the SD card to the Nintendo Switch, and from there we can now update the firmware to 20.1.1. Now let's open the Nintendo Switch and it will boot into Hikari. Now as you can see, my Hikari version is 6.3.1, and you will also need to set up the date and time before you can proceed with the update. Now in Hikari, open sysMMC and we're gonna install firmware 20.1.1. So in the home screen, open the album menu and open Daybreak. And let's look for the firmware that is 20.1.1. So click that and Daybreak will install it. Just follow what I do and wait for Daybreak to finish installing. Now after installing, choose reboot and it will go back to Hikari. So to check if it's updated, let's open up sysMMC and on the home screen open system settings and go to system and you will see it's in 20.1.1. Now after installing, let's now restart again the switch and let's go back to Hikari menu. So in Hikari, open the emuMMC and now let's update the emuMMC to 20.1.1. So the process is still the same. On the home screen, open the album, look for the break, open it and look for the firmware that we have installed and that is 20.1.1. Click that and wait for it to finish. Now follow what I do and it will again install the firmware. Now after installing, reboot it and it will go back to the Hikari menu. Now after installing, reboot it and it will go back to the Hikari menu. And let's open again the emuMMC and let's see if it's updated. And as you can see, it's now also updated to the version 20.1.1. This method, guys, is safe and your game save files are still intact in your Nintendo Switch. Now I know it's a little bit late for this update, but I want to make sure that the updates that I'm showing you is fast and easy to install, and especially safe for your Switch. So that's about it for the video for today. Thanks so much for watching, guys, and I'll be seeing you again on the next video vlog. Have a great day. Bye-bye.